It is so cold right now. Hey guys, welcome. In this live, we are going to talk about more connections between metaphysics and psychology. More specific though, we are going to talk about metaphysical explanation of faith and the psychological aspect of faith. So, we are also going to cover about what is wishful thinking and about why is it that people lose faith in metaphysics. So, hello, welcome to the stream, and we're going to start with what are affirmations. So, affirmations are new beliefs that you want to impose onto your subconscious mind via repetition. So notice that an affirmation is not something that you do only once. An affirmation is something that you put a lot of effort into into via repetition. So what happens is that whenever you see no exit, whenever you do not see any further avenues to move forward, people typically tend to go to affirmations because they feel that they have power. And people think that it's mostly a magical way, like a spell. However, even though I do not believe in magic coming from affirmations, I do know that they have a deep impact in your perception of the world. And that is that via repetition, you are bombarding your mind with a new belief, with a new perception, which by repeating it so many times, your mind gets to a point where it understands what you are trying to do. You're telling it to have a new belief. So then, when the belief is implanted into your mind with the repetition, it begins making connections to previous experiences, to previous thoughts, and it opens a new avenue of thought, a new way of looking at the world. It's funny because you put more and it somehow makes things more clear. But it is simply the adaptation of a new perception. So I'm gonna tell you one of the ways that I have used affirmations in a way that allowed me to move forward. So thank you for the like. Hey Noah, how's it going? So in the beginning of COVID, all the gyms closed. Hey Bree, good morning. So all the gyms closed during COVID, and before I was a personal trainer. I was 100% personal training, and when COVID happened, all the gyms closed. And since all the gym closed, I had no way of making money. So I had no way of making money, and I was broke as fuck. And this was before they were beginning to give money to people. So I was stuck living in my car from COVID, even though I always had a home, but I wanted to stay in San Diego. So I was like, I'm gonna stay in San Diego because my life is here. So I endured it. And there was a point where I didn't know where to go. So I began saying the affirmation. What was it? So God has no limits, and since I am the Son of God, I do not have any limits either. And I began saying this, and I began repeating it to myself. And all of a sudden, I began to have an idea of how to move forward. And I applied the new ideas, and I'm not gonna tell you that it changed everything, because it didn't. But they allowed me to see more clear. They gave me faith. And And that's what typically affirmations do, is that they don't have magical power to change your situation completely, but they will give you more clarity in what you do or do not do. I have been able to manifest money by affirmations. And it wasn't that the money wasn't coming. The money was coming regardless of the manifestations or not. But I was so stuck in the thought of not having money that I couldn't see that there was clearly money coming towards me. That it was already gonna go in my bank account. But I was in such a desperation that I simply didn't see it. Now, in regards to faith, faith is a thing that I've listened to a neuropsychologist talk about. I'm drinking Ghost. It's my favorite energy drink because it's yummy. It's yummy and it's refreshing, and it doesn't give you like the big like jittery energy, that like other drinks have. It's cold. So I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest lessons that I have learned from metaphysics. So listen, so this took me years to understand, and I'm gonna tell it to you now in the best way that I can explain it to you, that will actually help you make your enjoy your life more. Here it goes. First, I'm gonna tell it to you how Florence Scovel explains it, and then I'm gonna explain it to you in a way that's gonna make sense to you, because the way that Florence explains it is incredibly difficult. So this has to do with psychology, and this has to do with the mind's eye, and with metaphysics. So pay attention. This is how Florence Scovel explained it. She says, fear is inverted faith. In other words, having fear of something is the equivalent of having faith in the negative. Do you have another channel about gang stalking? No. Why do you ask, Mr. Cold Fact? So Cold Fact asked, why do you have another channel about gang stalking? And the truth is that I don't. I am building up one channel because it's only me, and it's a lot. It's a lot of work to make a channel. I thought that was you. What do you mean? Oh, because do I look different from my other videos? Oh, you're talking about the gang stalking playbook, right? Oh, no. Well, I just have one, and it's this one, that it's the mind's eye and the gang stalking playbook. So Fear is the equivalent of faith in the negative. So, like, if I fear that I'm gonna die, assuming, that means that I have faith that I'm gonna die. Does that make sense to you? So it's a concept that is a little tough to understand. So if I have, so fear is still faith, but it's faith in the negative. So like if I think that I'm gonna die, that means that I have faith that I'm gonna die. So fear and faith is the exact same thing, but it's fear, but it's faith in the opposite. So so regardless of you believing or not that something is gonna happen, it is fear, it is faith nonetheless. But you have faith that you're gonna fail instead of having faith that you are gonna make it. So don't fear. Have, like, it's the same coin. It is the same side of the coin. It is not the other side. It is just that you are using the faith in the wrong thing. So I hope you guys understand because that's really important. Well, so there were times where I just like lost faith in myself, and the book and the metaphysical stuff is pretty much the one thing that tells you when everything appears to be against you, when everything appears that is going south, when everything looks like it's going to shit, you just simply have faith. And look, I do not want to sound religious. I do not want to sound like, oh, I don't want to sound like I'm a wishful thinker or that I believe in magic. Look, faith is something that you just should have regardless of what's going around you. And look, for anything to happen, someone have to have faith in it for it to be realized. For example, Henry Ford. Henry Ford, the guy that originated cars. The Industrial Revolution began with Henry Ford. So Henry Ford had faith that he was gonna fucking make this thing that was gonna change the world. Do you not recognize me or what? What happened? Oh, thank you, Cold Fact. So that's the thing. The thing is that even if, well, when Henry Ford was first getting to his loans to pay for the factory, for all this huge giant project that was going to change America, a lot of people said no. A lot of people were like, I'm not giving you the money for this because it's a shit ton of money and I don't think it's going to happen for you. But even when he was told that no one was going to have faith in him, he kept the faith and he fucking kept working at it. He kept tinkering with the project until he made it happen. And look at what Ford is now. It is like one of the largest manufacturers of cars. Factom is asking me the question, where am I from? And I'm from here. I am from the Imperial Valley. Hey, Shirovi97, how are you? Welcome back. Good to see you. Now, if you are an Olympian, you are not gonna imagine yourself performing and fucking up, right? No, you're not. You're gonna imagine yourself kicking ass and being the best at what you want to do, whatever your discipline is. If you're gonna enter into a kung fu tournament, you're gonna imagine yourself kicking ass at the kung fu tournament. So, faith is what takes you to be a confident person. So, confidence is keeping your mind busy only with images of you kicking ass. Even though when one typically thinks of confidence, one thinks of confidence as driven by our looks, right? And I'm gonna tell you, looks are incredibly important to how you feel and your performance in life. Because if you feel like you look like shit, you, especially if you're not doing anything about it, you're gonna not do your best because you are gonna be continuously preoccupied with yourself looking like shit. So what do? You have to stop feeling looking like shit. And what do you have to do to get there? You have to work on not looking like shit. And yes, it's gonna take time, it's gonna take effort, but you just have to do it. Now, well, going back to the metaphysics. Now we talk about, well, here's faith. That's what we talked about. We already talked about that and debt, interviews, nope, guidance. Well, if by any chance any of you guys is in a situation where you need guidance, then thank you, Bree. Where you need guidance, the best thing, to be honest, is to go to a metaphysical book. Nor, that's an interesting question, but if I'm not sure if I should answer that. But I'm getting a little blushed. I don't think I can answer that. It's a surprise, but it's no comment. It's I'm getting inclined to answer, but I'm not. Figure it out. I guarantee you, though, I'm fine. Anyways, so the divine design. So let's talk about the divine design. And look, the divine design pretty much talks about if that everything that you want in life, you want it because it's meant for you. And if you don't get something, even though you try your most, it is because you weren't meant to get it. So this is really difficult because how do you know to stop trying? How do you know to stop trying to reach a goal? You know, the truth is that no one is ever gonna tell you. No one is. All there is that you literally just have to keep pushing And you have to do everything that is in your control. And look, let's assume that I'm at a bat, at the batting position from from a in a baseball game. What can I control if I'm batting? I can control my stance. I can control with one hand I'm batting. I can control how I swing the bat. I control my timing. I control where I put my eyes. That is what I control. What is out of my control? What the pitcher is gonna do. The pitcher is only control. The pitcher is I'm not in control of him. So there's a point in life where you just have to look at what you can control and do your best with the skills that you have gotten through the training. You cannot control other people, you cannot control the other decisions of the people unless you're a master manipulator. If you're a master manipulator, then yeah, you can control pretty much anyone. But but it's a lot of effort that you have to put into that. Listen, I am running out of things to talk about. Well, anyways, let me tell you something. I'm gonna do these lives. I'm gonna do the one that I have scheduled for tomorrow, but I'm gonna only be doing the lives once a week. If depending on how they go, if if I get messages on my videos that you guys like them, that you guys miss them, then let me know and I will. You're welcome, Marcus. Then I will completely and absolutely keep doing these because I enjoy doing these. But man, let me tell you, it is they're a little tough because you have to keep coming up with ideas on the fly, and you have to be entertaining. Like it's like a performance. Sorry. Okay, it's like a performance, but I mean, it's a performance, but it's enjoyable, and I want it to be something that you guys are getting like something out of it, out of your life. I don't want it to be something that you guys just like do and go on with your day and doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Like it should be something that helps you. Be it as minuscule of a help. Like, what is it that you guys want to talk about? Tell me. So it doesn't have to be about metaphysics or gang stalking, anything. Like, just bring it up and I'm going to see if I can help you. Because let me tell you, I have had so much experience, and it can be about fitness because I am a master personal trainer. I did personal training for 10 years. I'm amazing at what I do. I have changed lives. I've worked with entrepreneurs, rock stars, celebrities. I have been on television. And not only that, but also I had my own personal training business and I was extremely successful at it. I modeled. I went from that. I experienced gang stalking. I went homeless for 5 years. Like I did everything, everything you can possibly imagine. Fav, go Wanamaker. What is Wanamaker? Well, bashes, no usage. I don't know what that means, but okay. So, possibly in this channel, I'm gonna start since I'm gonna continue with my fitness. You guys are gonna start seeing videos in regards to fitness, in regards of nutrition. All of that is gonna come up. all of that information is going to be up, and we're going to be talking about that. And so my specialty as a personal trainer was high performance. So I worked with high performance individuals, which was that people have to be in their best shape and they have to be able to perform. And these people lived really, really not stressful, but lives that were really demanding. So I have trained people in order to endure a lot of stress. I've worked with doctors, I've worked with surgeons, and surgeons have to be able to maintain peak concentration for 9 hours, like if they have to do a really complex surgery. And I taught them the endurance to that type of job. Now, if there's anything along those lines that is aside from gang stalking, or that is aside from metaphysics or the mind, do you guys want to talk about, also please mention it here in the comments, and I would love to help you guys with that. Now, so since I enticed you guys to come here because we were having a talk about metaphysics, I'm going to tell you guys about the biggest question of metaphysics. If the biggest conundrum in metaphysics is the following: is what you imagine powerful enough to actually make a difference in your reality, that because of your thought you made the universe conspire to realize your wish, or was it your effort? Excuse me. Because regardless of being the effort or the thought, it's always gonna appear like if it was the effort. Because no one ever appears something out of nothing, right? So, that is the big thing of metaphysics, is that we just don't know. We do not know if it is the thought that is creating the change in reality, or if it's one's effort as a human being to actually produce the change. And regardless of the truth, you should always imagine yourself accomplishing the goal. Even if you just tried to accomplish a goal and you didn't succeed, you have to keep continuing imagining that goal being true. Accomplished. Because who accomplishes something imagining that they're gonna fail? Not you, right? Like, when you finish high school, you didn't imagine yourself flunking, right? So I cut my hair yesterday. Do you guys like it? I used to cut my hair. I cut my hair for 10 years, dude. Right now it looks like shit because I haven't combed it. But I woke up like this. So regardless of what the reality is, if you imagine it or is it your effort, you should always imagine yourself accomplishing the goal. Give me 1 second. And that's just the reality, is that regardless of what the truth is, you should always imagine yourself accomplishing the goal. Now, we're gonna talk about. Give me 1 second. we're gonna talk about preparing for a goal that you like want to make true. It's getting hot. So let's say that, look, I'm gonna tell you one thing that my mom did to buy her house. So look, my mom has been she's been a field worker her entire life. And she had really bad luck with relationships. And not only that, but my dad ended up being a drug addict. You know, my mom, being an amazing mother, she left my dad because she wanted a better future for my brother and I. And you know, coming from where she is, no one, not even herself, could imagine her getting buying a house here in the United States. And we know that the housing market here in the US is insane. It's insanely expensive. It's like, it's beyond. So, listen, my mom had a little job at a beef factory. And she worked there, she was a field worker. And not only that, but she also collected cans. I helped her with the cans. And via that effort, my mom was able to pay and buy a house here. So, listen, Ali, I don't know who you are, but screw you. Go play in the sandbox or something. No one cares about what you have to say. Anyways, I apologize for everyone about Ali's Carter stupid comment. But you know what they say? The comments that come out of someone's mouth are equivalent to the intelligence of the person. So, stupid comment will obviously come out of a stupid person. Okay, what's the mind's eye mean? So, look, I'm gonna answer your question as soon as I'm done with this. This has to do with what I'm talking to you about. It has to do with this. So look, let me tell you. So the reason that my mom was able to buy a house, even collecting cans, was because she never lost faith in the fact she was gonna get a house one way or another. So before that, she was literally, she kept faith in buying a house. And not only that, but she bought the furniture for the house. She dug her ditches before the rain came. So she had a vision. Her mind's eye was filled with images of her buying a home. And no one, not even her sisters, not even herself at times, no one in the family thought that my mom was gonna ever buy a home in the United States. Something happened to the world where the housing market opened the possibility for my mom to buy a house. And she bought it. Now, her faith was there, regardless of the world telling her no. And all of a sudden, something happened to the world where houses became insanely cheap in the area that my mom wanted to live. she dug her ditches. She already bought the furniture for the house. As soon as she bought the house, she just put in all the fucking furniture that she had bought. She bought the furniture for the house that she was gonna live in because she knew that she was gonna be able to fucking buy a house. Her mind's eye, her imagination was only filled with images of herself owning a house in the United States. And it fucking happened. It just fucking happened. Now, that is what I meant by having faith. That regardless of the world telling you, of the world, the entire world, and every single person telling you no, don't lose faith and prepare for your thing to manifest. Because literally, the world can change at a fucking best way to deal with negative comments is to ignore them as they are clearly looking for a reaction. Also, your mom experienced faith and she didn't give up, so she got a house. Never give up. And it's true. So the world literally can change. So if Noah keeps bugging, like if it's just out of like maliciously, I can just report him. So I don't know. I don't know what his intentions are, and I can see about what he meant by no one cares. Like it was a topic that no one saw where I was going to. So if it's being negative just to be negative, then I'm gonna block him. But I don't know what his intentions are. So I'm just seeing what's up. But yeah, I understand that no one knew where I was going to, where I was coming to what point I was gonna make, because it didn't seem like it was related to what I'm talking in this channel. But yes, Fizz, yeah, you don't lose fucking faith, regardless if the world itself is telling you no, regardless of every person that you know is telling you no. You just you dig your ditches and keep at faith. Mac and cheese is fucking good with real cheese and Frito-Lay's crumbled on top and with real cheese, not that box shit. You need to get the real good, homemade, amazing mac and cheese. Yes, mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is fucking good. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about what is the mind's eye. So in gang stalking, the mind's eye is the one thing that keeps you in or takes you out of gang stalking. The mind's eye is your imagination, and it is the one way where the entire body can communicate with the consciousness. So it is how the mind resynchronizes the body. And that is something incredibly hard for me to explain. But your perceptions can be changed via many methods, where someone tells you something and your mind has a different thought. Mohammed, oh my god, I'm so tempted to give a racially based comment. Friend, just don't do that. Don't lower yourself to their level, even though you want to so bad. No. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. Anyways, Mohammed, welcome to the stream. I hope you're watching me from your flying carpet. But anyways, you're amazing. Anyways, okay. I lowered a little bit down to his level, but I came back from it. Okay, so the mind's eye is pretty much it's pretty much where your imagination can make you or break you. If you're getting gang stalked, your mind is literally what is being turned against you. And look, I'm gonna tell you how gang stalkers make your mind against you. People do things that make your imagination start imagining things that are working against you. So, for example, someone pushes your car if you're sitting in it. So, and this happens to you so many times that whenever your car sways, you're gonna start imagining that someone's swaying your car because that happened so many times where someone was there swaying your car. So it is made a habit of thought for you to know that someone was swaying your car. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna cover that, and that is already in the videos. There in the freaking thumbnail. There's a picture of a guy swaying a car. So check out those videos, and there you're gonna get an explanation of what I'm talking about. Exactly, you get it. You get it. So it is, it is like a. That's exactly what I mean. You get it absolutely perfectly. You're the first person that I have ever met that knows exactly what I mean. So that's what gang stalking is. That exact same concept is done to the target in so many ways. Like for example, your keys are gonna be stolen, and like you left them somewhere, regardless of where. I'm telling you because this happened to me, and my keys were always taken from where I left them, and they were put back on the freaking in the gym's front desk when I wasn't looking. So next time I misplace my keys, what am I gonna think? Someone fucking took them. And I'm gonna be like crazy looking for them for a little bit. Because you're used to that happening. So then you're gonna start automatically assuming that someone grabbed your keys. So same thing with. So all of that has to do with gang stalking. Gang stalking is that concept applied to someone's life in such an extent that it just ruins them. And the mind's eye is that. So whenever someone is swaying your car, that experience is actually making you imagine that someone is swaying your car. And that is, you do that so much that when you start imagining, your body starts producing it. And it gets it to a point where whatever your imagination gets so powerful, dude, that like you can like imagine things and they're gonna happen. That's what gang stalking does. And look, let me tell you, I got to a point where I began imagining the craziest narratives. And I was seeing them in real life. And what made me so scared was because the narratives were beginning to be so fucking cool that I was like, What does that matter? Watch my videos and you will find out if you watch my videos. I'm not gonna say shit, fool. I'm not gonna say shit, ninja. So yeah, figure it out by watching my videos. If you were so curious, but I'm not gonna tell you shit. So that's the thing, is that in gang stalking, your imagination gets so powerful that if you imagine that there's someone outside your window, you're gonna hear the voice. Your fucking imagination, dude, can get so powerful that it creates a new reality for you. It's insane. And the mind's eye is your imagination. So that's why it's so important for you only to imagine good things. Because if you're starting to imagine that, like, your wife is cheating on you, if you're starting to imagine that you look like shit, if you start to imagine that I don't know, that your shit is gonna get stolen, you're gonna misplace it. Hello, Marmac, how are you? So it's really important for you to only imagine, or to use your mind's eye to only imagine shit that is gonna be helpful to you. Because imagining things that are not helpful to you is counterproductive. You should never imagine things that are bad for you. You just shouldn't. Because the moment that you start imagining things that are gonna harm you, you're gonna start materializing them. And either consciously or subconsciously, one way or the other, they're gonna fucking happen. And let me tell you, I experienced that shit. I just fucking did. Hey guys, welcome everyone. I have never had so many people here at the same time. Welcome to my stream. Right now we're talking about the imagination, and it's... I began saying hi to everyone and everyone fucking leaves. Reminds me of when I keep hearing my family call me when they actually don't. Because I'm so used to them calling me 24/7. So when I keep hearing my family call me when they actually... Yeah, so that's the same thing. Is that the moment you start imagining people like calling you, sometimes you're gonna fucking hear them calling you. And that's the truth, is that, look, when I just moved here, I was like hanging out, right? And I was just chilling. And I had a dream where, like, I was imagining someone outside the window. And the thought fucking woke me up. And I opened one eye. I just was like... And I swear to God, someone outside was fucking like, "Hey, Efren, come out. We're not fucking done with you." And those were like gang stalkers. Like, gang stalkers weren't done with me. So, like, all of a sudden, I hear voices fucking outside of my fucking window. And, you know, because I had recently just come out of the entire gang stalking narrative. I was so inclined to look, but I didn't. Because at that point, I understood that it was my imagination. So, like, the mind's eye is that powerful. The mind's eye can change your life, dude. So it's incredibly important for you to only imagine things that are good to you, that are gonna help you. Like, if you feel fat, don't imagine yourself being all fat. Imagine yourself being all fucking hot. Because that way, Jesus, God, so made you look. Yes, you made me look, made you look. Commented. God bless, Jesus saves, John 3:11, John 3:11, verse 21. Yeah. Well, I'm not religious, but I feel like the Bible is like a philosophical book. Bro, is jolly? What's jolly? Anyway, so that's the truth. Is that is that you only need to imagine things that are actually going to benefit you. Don't imagine yourself being all fat, even if you're fat. Don't imagine yourself being broke, even if you're broke. So that's the thing, is that you should only imagine things that are good. If you use your mind's eye to imagine that you look like shit, you're gonna probably end up looking like shit. All right, so now we're gonna continue about the metaphysical talk. So, okay, we got this covered. And let's see what else. What does it say? Fish up, I don't want to mean to you. Bro is very super duper gay. Who are you talking about? Who's really gay? I mean, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't really matter to me. All right, so now we already covered about Chateau. Who are you talking to? Who are you chatting with? Okay, so now we're gonna talk about, let's see, bricks without straw. No, the secret of success. Also, okay, I haven't read this book in forever. This is a book about metaphysics. He's talking to you, the one streaming. He's calling you gay. Oh, I don't know who he's calling gay, and I don't care. You can be whatever you want. So, you should, well, aside from the mind's eye, so that's the thing about metaphysics, is that in metaphysics, the moment that you start imagining yourself sucking at life, dude, you will suck at life. Yeah, I don't know either. And I have no idea who he's talking to. I think he's like schizophrenic or something. Because only schizophrenic talk to people that like that don't exist. Or they're getting gang stalked. Maybe he's getting gang stalked, dude. Hey, Chateau Vlogs, are you getting gang stalked? Do you know what gang stalking is? Maybe he's just like too busy getting his pussy pounded. Probably. That's why he doesn't answer. I'm sorry. I just felt like saying that because it's funny. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. But it's laughing to himself. Who's laughing to himself? Tell me, NYXEFN. What does that screen name even mean? You, who are you talking to, dude? Why is there a bunch of crazy people all of a sudden in my stream? To you, brother. Oh no, no gay. Who? Chateau, who are you talking to? Schizophrenia, I think, is when you see or hear things that actually aren't happening. It happens to you more often than normal in past lives by making your brain think about things. Yeah, so that's true. So schizophrenia is also when you're absolutely right. And schizophrenia is when you're how do you say? When your perceptions are coming together. You're a disappointment. Don't tell anyone that they're disappointment. NYXEFN. How do you even pronounce that? That's being rude. Who are you calling a disappointment? Don't call anyone in my stream a disappointment because that is incredibly rude. Please don't do that. I don't appreciate I don't appreciate you calling a disappointment to any of the people that are in my chat. Don't be like that. Otherwise, I'm gonna report you for being rude to other one of my streamers. I mean, of my viewers. Please don't do that. That's me. Because no one here is a disappointment. Gay channel. Which channel are you talking about? That's gay. I mean, some gay channels can be fun if they're funny. Like, why are you even gonna leave me hanging and you're not even gonna tell me what gay channel you're talking about, dude? Come on. Spill the tea, homeboy. I think that NYXEFN is saying that Chateau Vlogs is a disappointment because those are like the only two ones talking here, and the gay channel's probably NYXEFNs. That makes sense. That makes sense because those are like the two arguing amongst themselves. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I'm just being entertained. So I think Fizzdrop and I are being entertained by these two. Fizzdrop is the only one that is on the conversation who is actually having a actual conversation. so so Fizzdrop, Yahoo Boohee. The S word. Oh no, it's a newer generation. Probably. Yeah. I think so too, right? But I mean, I don't know if it's a chick or a dude. So NYXEFN, what's a sigma? Explain it to me. I mean, I'm here to talk about metaphysics. So my hour on here is about to finish. So I'm gonna just finish with he has a problem with his own sexuality. That's why I think. For sure. Sigma is a new word for younger generation. Apparently it means cool or something. Be straight. It's like a whole completely different vocabulary. It's totally different, dude. Who's straight? Nah, I use Sigma since he, Chateau, looks like young. Hi. I don't really like the new words the generation made. I like to DM you, Marmac. You can comment on any of my videos. How old are you? I'm not gonna say. I say that in one of my videos. Thanks for the content and the support on gang stalking side operation, targeted and labeled individuals. It is Hunger Games of survival with this metaverse asylum. Fight for cognitive liberty and human rights. You're very welcome, Battle for Your Brain. So I'm glad this conversation is happening because I honestly had just run out of topics on what to talk about. I'm just so used to talking about gang stalking that like I'm this chat is actually really fun. Let's see what else. I like to be MU. I really don't like the words. Battle for Your Brain. How old are you to use sexuality as an insult? Like sexuality is not like why would that even be an insult? Who cares? Metaverse, is this a bot? No, that's my brother. What's your name? Metaverse. Metaverse is VR. Laugh out loud. On profile. My name is Efren. Are you 60? I'm 1,000 years old, Jessica. I'm fucking 1,000 years old. I'm literally 1,000 years old. I'm in Chateau Vlogs with the latest comment. Let's see Chateau Vlogs on profile. Okay, so yeah, Jessica, I'm 1,000 years old. Alrighty, well, my hour is up. I will see you guys later. Take care. It was entertaining, and this chat did not go at all how I expected you to. Jessica, okay, so I don't want to offend you, but I literally just told you how old I am. Like, are you like R word? Like, come on, Jessica. So 1,000 is a 1 followed by 3 zeros. Anyways, I'm heading out. Bye. Bye.